What's the word, everybody? We live. We live.
Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? Welcome to another episode of Before You Go to Sleep podcast. It's your boy, Chef Dave.
It's your boy Seven. What's up, y'all?
You know what I'm saying? We got a member of the team, you know what I'm saying? He out right now. He had to take a little leave of absence, you know what I'm saying? He put in a request to be off, so we let him go and do his little thing. He had a concert to attend, so we let him go and do his thing. Hey, put me up, T. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He went to a little concert, so we let him do his thing. Welcome to another episode of the Before You Go to Sleep podcast. Like I said, it's your boy Chef Dave. We got another hot fire show coming for you. And tonight, holding it down, just me and Seven. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hold it down. We're gonna come strong. We're gonna bring in energy. We're gonna bring the fun. We also got the producer TY. He gonna chime in from time to time and let us know what it is and what it ain't. So as always, we're gonna start the show off with a game called Put It to Bed or Give It Some Juice. Now, when you put it to bed, that means you don't want to talk about it. Give it some juice. That means you got an opinion and you want to talk about it real quick. A real quick hot take. These are rapid fire questions. Seven, are you ready? Pull us up, T. All
Yeah,
right,
I'm
like
ready.
I said, the game is called Put It to Bed or Give It Some Juice. All right, Seven. Um, Best nighttime snack.
Best nighttime snack. I gotta put that to bed. Can't be
Put It
giving
to
out my
Bed.
secret. Yeah.
For me, best nighttime snack, probably some pineapples real quick, some pineapples and some water. Put you to bed real good. Have you catching them Z's?
Can of
Uh,
fresh.
yes.
Is it can of fresh?
Oh, fresh pineapples cut.
Okay.
I'll cut them into spears myself. You know what I'm saying? Get a real nice yellow juicy pineapple. Oh yeah, that's a good nighttime snack with some cold water. You in there? You in there? All right.
Next
Next
question.
question. If you had to wear a Halloween costume every day for a year, what would it be?
Um, you already know, man. I will
Jesus
celebrate
hustle.
Halloween. I'll celebrate Halloween, man. So I'll probably be dressed up
Mm.
as I am. So probably look like a homeless nigga just like me. It is what
Oh, I
it is.
heard that. Heard that. All right, let's shoot to the next one. Do you think people find their purpose or create one? Put it to bed or give it some juice?
Got to get at some juice. I
Okay.
think that it's a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? I think that there's a divine plan for everybody, but specifically, you have to still work towards that plan either way. It's almost like a predestination, but you don't know that you're already working within a plan that's already set for you. So hopefully that made sense.
Yeah, it made a lot of sense. I believe the same thing. I believe your purpose is already set out for you. It's just on you to, you got those left, right, wrong choices. Do your own thing or obey God. Those are choices that you make that either make your path harder and longer, or you make it shorter, or you make it longer and a little bit easier because it's always gonna be hard. Ty, you got anything about that? Do you think people find their purpose or create one?
He put it to bed.
Put it to bed and give it some juice, Ty.
I'm gonna give it some juice.
Go
I'm ready.
ahead. Go ahead, explain. Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. You kind of create your own purpose, but at the same time, you already live in your purpose. So it's a mixture for me.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go to the last question of this rapid fire. Put it to bed or give it some juice is the last question. What's the craziest thing you ever Googled? What's the craziest thing you ever Googled? Seven. Give it some juice or put it to bed.
Um, I'm gonna put that to bed because I don't know. It can't be nothing good. It can't be nothing good. Got to go to bed.
Okay.
No. What do you got? You gonna put it to bed?
I give it a little juice. I'm trying to see like what's the craziest thing I ever Googled. Like what I didn't went off on the deep end and just started searching like crazy. Oh wait, this one crazy, but like I was like that Kanika Jenkins story when she got locked in the freezer or whatever. Like I was like on a deep dive of it. I was like lost like in that whole little case or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I went like all the way in. Like thought I was a detective or something. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the. It ain't crazy, but that's one of the things I took a deep dive on the internet down that black hole, as you say. Like people who search, I eat couch cushions. How do I stop? You know, those are people who up all night.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna just tell mine then because I was just thinking about it, and I searched up, "Can you sell your organs after you die?" And then instead of going to what I was actually trying to search up, it went to a hotline number, and it thought I was trying to commit suicide. I was like, man, I ain't trying to commit suicide. I'm trying
Hey,
to see
yeah.
if I can keep on hustling after I'm dead.
Because they want that for themselves. They want that for themselves, boy. All right,
Yeah,
that was
man.
cool. That was a cool little game. Like I said, that was a game called Put Us to Bed to give us some juice. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna jump right in today's show. We're gonna kick it off with a video. This is a very interesting video. We're doing a blind reaction right now. We haven't seen the video, and we're gonna react to it. And we want you guys to comment in the comments and let us know what you think as well. These are 7 levels of racism, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and kick it off with the video.
Heinous crime of existing in a Starbucks without buying coffee yet. The manager calls the cops. They get arrested for waiting.
This is
For
level 1.
waiting. Level 1 racists don't burn crosses. They just make your everyday life exhausting.
Petty.
68% of workers deal with microaggressions regularly. But these people swear it's all misunderstandings. They're not trying to be racist. They're just really bad at not being racist. Parents literally have to teach kindergartners how to survive encounters with level 1 racists. But sure, it's just awkwardness, right? Here's the thing about accidental racists. They're everywhere, but they're symptoms of something way more organized. Level 2.
Pause it right there. All right, so Dave, have you ever encountered an accidental racist or somebody who didn't know they was doing something that's weird as hell?
Yep, a boss I was working with, a white lady. She acted like she was acting like the guy was explaining on level 1, like she didn't know the way she was moving was racist. Like she did, like she think I'm not catching on to how she's moving and the things you're doing like that. And then when something arises, then when the shit hits the fan, so to say, now it's, oh, I'm not a racist. I work with plenty of black people. You know, I've had plenty of black employees. You know, and I ain't even say I didn't even say nothing before that statement came out of her mouth. I said nothing about being black or nothing like that. That was because she's saying that I was going to say something about the way she was acting. So the first thing she says is, I've had plenty of black employees before. What are you going to say? Like, so you know the moves you're making already. You know the actions that you're making are kind of racist right now, right? Before you go out and make that statement before I even say anything.
Mm. Well, me personally, so you already know that I know that you can do this for days because level 1, you run into that shit every single day, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So with this, what's the name? I'm just give you one that I heard not recently. I say within like the last like 2 years, but this one was just funny to me because it was an old white lady who was talking to this young black man, and then she was like, "Yeah, nigga," she was saying "nigga" and stuff. But then, what's that? Once she saw that everybody looking at her confused, like, what is going on here? She ended up saying that she could say that because I got black grandchildren. I was weak. Well, I was the only person laughing because that shit's funny as hell. But, but that's super. And they don't even know. She ain't even know. Or she knew. She knew. They know.
Go ahead, T. Roll it.
Roll it.
Level 2 doesn't shout slurs. They smile politely and say, unfortunately, that position has been filled, while your resume is still warm from the printer. These are your HR managers, loan officers.
This is Pod 5.
Sorry about that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Little ad, little 1-2 ad, you know what I'm saying? But once again, this is 7 levels of racism, and we're on level 2 right now.
Reasons why black people don't quite fit. Chicago, 1930s. Government officials literally drew red lines around black neighborhoods like they were radioactive zones. Banks couldn't lend there. Too risky, they said. Cool. Totally normal behavior from professionals. Long Island, 2019. Real estate agents get caught on hidden camera. They show white couples the dream home and tell black couples with identical finances that everything's already pending. Magic. It's almost like nothing changed except the paperwork got prettier. Today's gatekeepers call it culture fit in hiring. They point to credit scores without mentioning how those scores got tanked by discriminatory lending. Black home ownership sits at 46.4% compared to 75.8% for white families. Gee, wonder how that happened. Must be personal choice, right? School district administrators draw enrollment boundaries like military strategists, somehow always managing to separate rich white kids from poor black kids. It's not about race, it's about property values. Yeah. And how exactly do you think those property values got that way? The gatekeeper is dangerous because they have institutional power and plausible deniability. They're not burning crosses.
You can
They're
pause
just
this one
following
real quick.
policy that mysteriously always hurts the same people.
Should be going to level 3.
What's the name? Level 2, we could have just go and skipped through that because that's just level 1 with extra steps. You just explained level 1 twice, nigga.
I go ahead and roll level 3.
Why write obviously racist laws when you can write colorblind ones that just happen to devastate black communities? Pure coincidence, obviously. These are your state legislators, federal congresspeople, and policy wonks. They craft laws that sound totally fair on paper, but work like surgical strikes against black communities. Washington, D.C., 1986. Congress decides crack, predominantly used in black communities, gets you 100 times the sentence of powder cocaine. Same drug, different packaging. But hey, the law doesn't mention race, so totally fair, right? These lawmakers love voter ID requirements. Everyone should have ID. Sure, except ID costs money. DMVs are mysteriously rare in certain neighborhoods, and some folks work 3 jobs without time for bureaucratic field trips. But technically, colorblind. Mission accomplished. They fund algorithms for hiring and lending without checking for bias. Facial recognition error rate for light-skinned men, 0.8%. For darker-skinned women, 34.7%. But it's just math, so it must be objective. They're not racist. They just signed off on systems that learned from our totally not racist data. The modern policymaker creates mass incarceration that looks totally legitimate. Voter suppression that's technically legal.
All right, we can pause it right there, roll to level 4. Talk about levels 2 and 3 right quick.
All while maintaining plausible.
Yeah, we can stop it, yeah. But then let's stay level 2 and level 1 through 3 is what's that? That's a day in the life experience as a black man. It's like something that it's easy to ignore almost because it's like redlining. We didn't technically live through that in our age group right now. What's that? But our forefathers did, you know what I'm saying? Our grandparents, you know what I'm saying? Great grandparents, they went through that situation, and we can feel the back end of that. So it's almost easy for a younger person like myself, which I say 30 is still kind of young, to almost dismiss that altogether. You see a lot of what's that, young black people that dismiss that situation. But then the microaggressions, that's jealousy, inferiority complex. They just, you know what I'm saying? They mad at greatness in some way, shape, or form.
I think level 1 Level 1 is easy to ignore, but level 2 is where you can ignore it, but you're gonna feel a type of way about it because those are the gatekeepers. Those are the people who are unjustly stopping you from potentially getting a promotion, from potentially getting your bank loan. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people who or giving their own people a leg up and not affording you that same leg up. You know, so those things are kind of hard to ignore, don't knowing that you have to go through those obstacles, as you said, on a daily basis. So level 2 would be level 1 would be easy to ignore because those are little petty things you can probably laugh off if you're mature enough to understand that that person is just trying to get up under your skin. But once you get to level 2, I say, or 3, it's hard to ignore those levels right there. That's when it becomes you start questioning a lot more things and feeling a certain type of way about a lot more things as well.
Well, see, the difference is with that is that we've been going through it so long. So I understand what you mean. It's obvious that it's happening, and you really can't really ignore it. That's pretty much been the whole fight since late '60s. Well, what's the name? Or even if you go all the way back to the Jim Crow era, that's what our fight been against for the longest time. Excuse me, just had dinner, but when you what's the name looking farther at it like where we at right now when you talking about the podcast that we was just on with the younger guys that was on the Young Kings, so those
Mhm.
young brothers, they don't really pay attention to that because this has been a condition that we've been living in for so long. Like, can a fish see the water that they swimming in? We've been swimming in this shit
No.
for too long, so they're not even paying
Or can you
attention
see?
to
Or can you
it.
see the forest? Can you see the forest from the trees?
We an ant looking at a forest of white supremacy.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yo,
Okay,
yo,
go ahead. Roll to level 4, Tyler.
I
T.
appreciate the invite. Oh, my bad, my bad.
Get them in
Hey,
here. We got Steph that just stepped in the
Sideline
building.
stories.
Sideline
Chet.
story.
and I just had a little
Yeah, my
comment on
bad.
what y'all was talking about, just if y'all don't mind.
Go ahead and let us know your opinion. You want an introduction? You want to jump right in?
Um,
Go
I
ahead.
can say
Let us know what
intro.
you think, and then I introduce you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let me jump in real quick. Okay, bet. So, I got a question for y'all at the same time. Do y'all feel the older we get, the less we start seeing that level 1 and that level 2 of racism? Because I feel like they stereotype and target more of our young men than as we get older, as far as being black men and racism. What y'all think about
I
that?
feel like older as older we see it more. The younger generation don't see it because they don't and when we see it we take it serious. They don't see it yet because they just still young and trying to mature themselves. So they don't know that sometimes they don't quite see it as racism. They just see it as getting in trouble or they did something wrong and now they being disciplined. And of course I'm gonna say the white man did it because the white man is the one that's locking me up. He the one that put me in cuffs. So that's the guy I'm gonna blame. The black man ain't putting me in cuffs. So
Mhm.
sometimes they don't see, especially this younger generation, they don't see it as racism because they
Yeah.
just see it as a consequence of their action.
Okay. So, but go back to my question though. The older you get, do you think you are affected by it less than when you
No,
were
you
younger?
know, no, depend. You still affected by it. You still affected by it the same way. Unless you choose to just completely just ignore it and just say, "Hey, I've been through this long enough. I've seen this all the time." But then there's others who say, "Man, I'm getting tired of this. I've been putting up with this for so long." You know, so it's a flip side.
Okay. But based on y'all situation, since y'all have passed the threshold of, let's say, 28, have y'all experienced that level 1 and level 2 racism up front as more less than you've experienced it when you were like 21 through 25? Let's say 18 through 25.
Uh, Technically, yeah, but I know I get what you mean. What's the name? As I got older, it's not that it doesn't happen anymore. It's just that you already know how things is, and if it's not that big of a deal, you kind of just let that shit go to a certain extent. Like, what's the name? Somebody that's playing ignorant, acting like they never met a black person before. I'll be like, all right, this nigga's goofy. I'm not about to get his attention. I'm not about to be the first black nigga you met. You know what I'm saying? I'm the first black person you met. So I just leave that situation alone. I'm too old to be inside here trying to teach 40-year-olds that black people exist or what's offensive or all that other stuff. And not only that, as a what's the name, older man, you know what I'm saying? You don't really wear your emotions on your chest in the first place. So if something was even, you know what I'm saying, getting under my skin to a certain level, I ain't about to show the world that that's happening. I'd rather remove myself from the situation before
All
I
right,
have to go.
let's go ahead and get into level 4.
4 a.m. while he's sleeping and he gets shot in the head. 21 years old. His crime? Feeding kids breakfast and teaching community organizing. They bugged Martin Luther King Jr.'s hotel rooms, sent him anonymous letters telling him to, and the FBI director literally called him the most dangerous Negro in America. These are federal agents. Think this is ancient history? Federal agents tracked Black Lives Matter organizers' cell phones, created fake social media accounts to monitor activists, and somehow, protesters keep ending up dead in cars and jail cells. But I'm sure it's all totally different now. Level 4 racists have badges, security clearances, and legal authority to destroy lives. They don't just discriminate.
Why did Amazon send me $20,000? Because
Yeah, once
I
again,
use
thank you for
Amazon
tuning in.
AI.
Sideline
I'm
Stories.
going to show.
Once again, we're going over the 7 levels of racism. Shout out to Sideline Stories. Thank you for joining us, chat.
Too busy to handle things personally.
Yes, sir.
There's
Honored.
always the street level enforcers. Level 5, the uniform. Level 5 is
Keep rolling.
where the people sworn to protect and serve become the threat, with badges, guns, and legal immunity to do whatever they want. These aren't bad apples, they're products of departments with bad cultures, bad training, and bad incentives. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921. Police officers don't just allow a white mob to destroy the wealthiest black community in America, they call in air support to drop bombs. Actual bombs on American citizens. Then they blame the victims. Ferguson, Missouri, 2014. The Department of Justice finds police officers were basically running a legal extortion racket, targeting black residents for traffic tickets to fund the city budget. Almost like taxation without representation, but with tasers. New York City, 2000s. Police officers conduct 700,000 stop and frisk encounters per year, 90% on black and Latino men. Hit rate for finding weapons?
Can we talk about this?
Yeah, we're going to stop it after this.
Legal harassment with a 99% failure rate. But hey, they had quotas to meet. These officers pull over black drivers at twice the rate during the day, but the disparity disappears at night when they can't see races clearly. They arrest black kids for the same infractions that get white kids warnings. They patrol black neighborhoods like occupying armies. Level 5 racists have legal authority to use violence while investigating themselves for misconduct. They don't burn crosses. They plant evidence and claim they feared for their lives. But uniform racism is still retail violence. When America really wants to get things done, we elect the people who write it into law. Level 6,
Go ahead,
the
pause it.
architect.
All right. Once again, we'd like to welcome in Sideline Stories. Thank you for joining us. Once again, our co-host 50. Right now he's a little busy at a little concert, So we got Sideline Stories filling in for 50. Chet, anything you'd like to say about the show, and let them know what time to come on.
Yeah. First off, I appreciate Seven for extending the invite to me. Shout out to Sideline Story. Gonna be on Thursdays. When it's season of NFL kickoff, we're gonna be on Thursdays and Tuesdays. So y'all tune in tomorrow night, 10:30. We got some good topics. I know the NFL kickoff season is next week. I'm sorry, it's tomorrow as well. So we're gonna have live reactions of the Cowboys and Eagles game. And y'all can follow us on Instagram at Sideline Stories. All the E's are replaced by threes. And if y'all have something like a topic or anything y'all want to discuss on the show that y'all think we should discuss, let us know, and we're more than happy to discuss what y'all would like us to talk about. Because we ain't shit without y'all, and I ain't shit if I can't do it with y'all.
Hey.
But I do have I got something to say about this topic, man, because this is some real topic right here.
The floor is yours.
I'm sorry.
I said the floor is yours. Go ahead.
All right. So I feel like us as black people, we experience racism, especially when we get older, on a more authoritarian or whatever you call it, authoritarian. You know,
Authoritarian.
people who got authority. I feel like we experience racism from them more than we do from, say, our peers or our neighbors, because I feel like when they have that power, they can they feel as they got control over us and could do what they choose to do with us. You know, and we ain't got no backsay to it. And if we do got some backsay,
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Ladies and gentlemen, the third member of the show is here. Have no fear, he is here.
oh
Okay, baby,
shit.
you know, let's time to get it cracking tonight, baby. We got 50 back in the building. You here with us? Can you hear us?
Ain't the same without you, 50.
I was okay, he's still getting himself together. All right, my bad. Shit, go ahead.
Shout out to 50. And so like I was saying, I feel like we experience, as when we get older, we experience people who feel like they got authority over us, that racism more than we do with our neighbor. When they feel like they have authority over us, they feel like they can tell us to do whatever they want to do, and we just gotta jump and hop and skip whenever they tell us to do it.
I think that level five he explained it very very well. That's a very dangerous level. Like he said in the beginning, that level of people separate lives, break up families, um, may cause death, and then scream victim. They're very good at doing that. Those people in uniform and badges, and with the people with the gavels, especially the people with the gavels and the people with the pen, it really starts with them, you know. And then they just send down their little troops and carry out the violence that they need them to carry out while they sitting behind the judges' benches with robes on and the gavel, and they just making all these laws in order for their people to succeed and doing nothing for us. Dariel, I want you to touch on the redlining that they spoke of, because previously you spoke on the redlining and you gave us a book to read about redlining and the way they blocked us near the highway. So if something was to happen, all the tanks and everything would drive through the neighborhoods and we'll be trapped in. That was something that really got my attention. The red line. I didn't know that they were doing redlining to where banks wouldn't give us loans because we were in a certain neighborhood. We couldn't do certain things because we were in a certain border. So yeah, that was a real good. That was level five's real.
I'm gonna touch on both of those points. So first with chat, I definitely do agree with what you're saying. When we talking about how our community, when we get older, that's when they start to use more of an authoritative, what's the name, dispensation. They start to break us down only because we have careers, we have more to lose. When you're talking about when we was younger, we didn't really have as much to lose. So they didn't have that type of system they could hold over our head. Our boss trying to what's the name, make us do something. The police trying to bug break us in front of what's the name, a camera and stuff. Pretty much that's what what's the name, the TV, the cameras be showing nowadays. Is people being buck broken all over America, and that's generally happening to people who like 30 and up. And so, but what's that? To go on to the redliner portion, also though, when you pay attention to history, you start reading into history, you understand that redlining was something that touched on the financial level because we wasn't able to get loans, and then not only that, the property that we had, it wasn't able to build wealth. It wasn't able to build wealth the same that it was building inside of communities that we weren't allowed to buy into. So now we look at it 20, 30 years later, a lot of these boomers still own these exact same houses and stuff, or they already got passing these houses down. If you get one of the red line district houses, you're going to be only making probably around, let's say if you, what's the name, was to hold on to your grandparents' house, it's only worth around like 20, $30,000 compared to in a white neighborhood. Those places, they bought them for like what's the name, $5,000, $10,000, $13,000, and those places are worth $500,000 now, $600,000, sometimes even more, millions of dollars. So yeah, it's a big way to keep us out of the wealth, and that's all racism.
Yeah. Redlining was a real thing, man.
It really is.
A lot of black people wonder why their grandparents and their great grandparents didn't have homes and things on those lines to leave them. It's because they didn't have the accessibilities and the access to have those loans, homes lived to them. But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it as in every family was perfect and everybody had money to leave you a home because everybody, grandparents and grandparents, didn't have that access and that ability to leave them a home. But redlining was a real thing, and I believe today we kind of still face those things of redlining. You know, where it's to us as a black community, we might have a few blemishes on our credit and things on those lines, and we would get overlooked for those blemishes other ways than your counterpart of a different race wouldn't get overlooked. You know what I'm talking about? So I feel like that was definitely a real thing, and when people, you gotta look at your ancestors, man, and look at their roots. You got some folks who got it out the mud and who was able to sustain that property and to gain that property and to thrive and pass those houses down to their youngins, you know what I'm saying, to their next of kin, to their next generation.
Hey,
But
wait,
we got a
right
lot
there,
of that.
Chet.
Let's go
Chet,
with it.
you know about the what's the name, Boulay district, the Boulay what's the name, black family.
Boulay?
Yeah.
No, I'm not hip.
Okay. What's the name? That's something I'm gonna put y'all on to. What's the name? Maybe we can get something on that.
All right,
I'll
let's
put y'all on to that.
we're gonna introduce 50 after these last two levels. Go ahead, roll the last two levels, T.
Level 6 is where the cruelty becomes policy, not rogue cops or individual bigots. Elected officials who make oppression legal, systematic, and generational. These are governors, state legislators, Supreme Court justices, and federal officials who design the infrastructure of inequality. Virginia, 1705. State legislators don't just legalize owning humans. They systematically strip away every possible right. Can't own property, can't learn to read, can't gather in groups, can't defend yourself, can't testify in court. They write a manual for creating a permanent underclass. After slavery ends, these officials create convict leasing. Alabama, Georgia, Texas legislators turn prisons into slavery with extra steps. Black men get arrested for vagrancy, aka existing while poor, and leased to plantations and mines. Death rates higher than actual slavery, but technically legal. North Carolina officials, 1929 to 1974, run forced sterilization programs targeting undesirable populations. Guess who that meant? They sterilized over 7,600 people, mostly black women, without consent. State-sponsored medical abuse with a legal framework. Oregon legislators, 1844 to 1926, banned black people from living in the entire state. Not just slavery, straight up apartheid. Whites only carved
I'm about
into
to
the
fact
state
check that.
constitution. The liberal West Coast,
You
everybody.
don't see no black people in Oregon.
Modern officials build highways straight through black neighborhoods, like surgical strikes. I-10 through New Orleans, I-95 through Miami's Overtown. Urban renewal, they call it. Urban removal is more accurate. Level 6 racists don't just discriminate. They engineer society to make discrimination automatic. They don't wear hoods. They wear robes and sit in marble buildings. But even legal oppression requires paperwork and process. Sometimes people just say screw it and go full terrorist. Level 7, the terrorist. Level 7 is where we stop pretending there are rules. Domestic terrorists who use public violence to keep entire communities in line through sheer fear. These are Klan members, white extremists, white nationalists, and lone wolf shooters who believe in racial holy war. Wilmington, North Carolina, 1898. White extremist leaders literally overthrow a legally elected government and exile hundreds of residents. Not a riot. A coordinated coup by businessmen and politicians who decided democracy had gone too far. Rosewood, Florida, 1923. Klan members and local vigilantes
Oh
send a
man.
black town after a white woman claims assault. They burn it to the ground, end the lives of residents, and survivors scatter into the swamps. The town never recovers. It's erased from maps. East St. Louis, Illinois, 1917.
If you own a gun, then just buying
Once again, I
concealed
want to thank
carry
y'all for
insurance
tuning in before you go
isn't
to sleep podcast. Discussing 7 levels of racism right now. We like to welcome in 50. Welcome in 50. How was your night? You know what I'm saying? Want to let us know? Welcome in. I missed you.
Oh, what's up, y'all? You know, I couldn't wait to get back to jump on. But yeah, I had a cool night. I been doing my from home. Had to pop out.
Hey, you breaking up every other word. Well, it's good to see you though, brother.
Oh, I'm in the car right now, man. I'm on the damn speakerphone, so it might be hard to hear me.
Okay.
But yeah, I was out for a second. But I was trying to stay tuned while I was at. I was trying to stay tuned. I had my earpod in one ear and holding my other one, listening and shit. But yeah. So I ain't get to catch everything, but
Got anything to say about the video?
it's I don't know, man. For me, that shit hard to say. I understand, I get it. But when in our towns, in our neighborhoods, you know, being how it be, when we make our money or I get our career job, the nice job and all that, where do we locate it? Do we stay in our neighborhoods or do we move out to a different one?
Move out to
What's our neighborhood? First, you got to explain what our neighborhoods is.
Can you hear me? Hold on, I ain't hear you.
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you. They move out. They move out.
But then that's only based off y'all term is what our neighborhood is. What's our neighborhoods by your definition? Is it the ghetto that they gave us? The redlined area?
I'm going by where I grew up and was raised. You know.
So just you. We got to go by your.
No. I'm saying whoever. If you grew up, if you feel like you grew up in the hood or a certain neighborhood for a long period of time, and you claiming you got friends there or whatever, like, do you continue to stay in that neighborhood after you got a little successful, got a nice job, paying a nice amount of money? Do you still stay in that neighborhood? Do you shop inside that neighborhood? Or do you go?
It won't be even if we do shop in that neighborhood. It won't be our people. We're gonna be going to the chop suey. We're gonna be going to the Arab. This what's the name? The corner store. They what's the name? Mr. James used to own the spot right there. What's the name? Off of Amelia, but people can't go to him no more, or they stopped going to him because it's what's the name? Arab shop. They got a fish and chicken inside the mug.
But I mean, you make
So
it big. When you make it big, I mean, you make it big. Do you get a nice house in the hood? When you make it big, do you get a nice house in the hood, or you move to a nicer neighborhood?
I got a question for y'all before you answer that. How many people inside this chat right now grew up with asthma? Answer yes or no. I had asthma growing up. Did y'all have asthma?
No.
Right. So that
I
one
got
out of
diagnosed with it, but I didn't feel like I had it because I ain't take no asthma medicine. But they supposedly diagnosed me and said I had asthma, but they didn't give me no breathing treatment, none of that. They gave me not albuterol, the new one.
it's minor for most people who get it. But the point that I'm trying to get at is that that's only because they built highways through the areas we was in, and they put us inside industrial sites, and they have poor quality of living. How rich do you have to be for you to get that out of your neighborhood? Poor air quality,
what you're saying is
toxins,
you want to
water,
stay
dirty.
inside them. So you saying you won't stay inside them neighborhoods because of the conditions?
For the better quality of life. Damn right. Should I not have a better quality of life if I could afford it?
So why do we get mad at our people when you keep saying that's not our neighborhoods? Because you gonna go shop at the chop suey, you gonna go eat there, you gonna go eat here. So what it's like
Gotta make sense
why.
of it.
So, because I'm trying to, because you saying because you went from because of the environment, because of the pollution and the highways and everything. But first you was like
There's so
because
many other
it's
reasons.
not
There's
gonna
so
be.
many other reasons.
So that's the only reason.
No, it's so many other reasons. There's a
Oh
lot of reasons of
yeah,
why
but
you don't want to.
I'm
What's
just
that? Why you
saying
can
yeah.
change
No,
location.
but and then because at the same time I'm asking that because we be like our neighborhoods is bad, they messed up, they destroyed, all this. But
I never
then
said
at the
that.
same time, we have said that before. We'll say we grew up in the hood in poverty, like the neighborhoods is toe down, and you know, but it's like
I wait for you.
once we do get some cash or money, we'll move out the hood and then don't put back in the hood, but then we'll say talk about
50.
Arabs and Chinese folks being
This
in the
50.
hood. So how can we say somebody in the hood that you say that is not really
50.
ours or is this and that?
The Arabs
Go
and the
ahead.
There's a
Asians who are
fundamental.
in the hood
There's
we
a
talk
fundamental
about,
problem with what you're
we
saying
ain't
right
never
now.
seen.
Whenever
Go
you
ahead.
think of the what's the name? Whenever you think of a black neighborhood, do you think the hood, or is there middle class black
No, I'm
neighborhoods?
talking about
Is
I'm
there?
talking about no, I'm not saying I'm talking about impoverished, like the like we're called the ghetto or you know what I'm saying, something like that, that type of hood, the ghetto
The
or
ghetto, the
impoverished.
poverty.
Yeah, that
So that
that's what I'm
means
saying.
that you're
I
saying
just
that poverty means black neighborhood. That's what you're saying.
no, I'm
Kinda,
not.
sort
No,
of.
I'm just saying. No, I'm not. No, I'm saying if we
90%.
black people, 90 right, and I'm saying as us as black people that like we call our neighborhood. It can be not to say that your neighborhood is a bad neighborhood, but when we say we come from the hood and shit like that, 9 times out of 10 niggas mean like from poverty, low class, living. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, that's what I mean when I'm saying the hood. I'm not really just saying any neighborhood in America or St. Louis or something. I'm saying
It's
like
the
a
same.
impoverished
The
neighborhood.
problem. The problem with what you're saying is that first off, it's a few things we got to address. First off, none of the people that you know really owns anything inside that neighborhood. We live there because that's the
Not,
place they
not
want us to
anymore.
live.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Just like you just said, the people won't go to such and such because they gonna finna go to the Arabs now. But we had stores. That's what I'm saying. So when we
No,
get
but they
successful and
place
have enough
they
money
place the
into
they place the Arabs in our neighborhood for a reason to take away from
On
blacks.
purpose.
They see the power that we
Exactly.
got. That power and that unity, that's what they don't want. So they'll give
Now,
them
what
Arab grants.
I
They'll
feel
get an
like
Arab grants and all of that.
we had a yeah
For you won't, for y'all, for us won't prosper. All our neighborhoods got our hood stores and everything that was black owned and everything. They don't own it no more.
it seemed like
right.
we thrived during the mom and pop era of store owning and owning this auto shop and all that during that whole mom and pop era. But once the big box stores start moving in store, like if you owned a little mom and pop grocery store and then Snooks pop in your neighborhood, that we never leveled up after that. We never got into the big box stores. You know what I'm saying? We never got into the brick and mortars. We never leveled up. We mastered the whole mom and pop thing, but we never. And once the brick and mortar started taking over, we didn't own none of that hardly. We barely owned any of the fast food joints, any of the hospitals, none of the hospitals. Like none of the biggest buildings in the world. We own none of that.
They just showed us that that's how they keep us in slavery and poverty. They took all that away from us.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we start doing something and building and it gets great, they're
Yep.
not gonna give you no. They're not gonna give no Miles and Pops no grant to build a Snooks or build a
That's where I was
Walmart
going
or
with it.
any of that.
That's where I was going with it. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's very true. We would like to welcome in Lil D. What's up, Lil D? Thank you for joining us. Another one of our guest co-hosts tonight, along with Sideline Stories. Thank you for your input. You know, we really appreciate your opinions on this show. Go ahead, 50.
Hey, I got some facts real quick. Let me what's the name? Run through some of these facts because what y'all said is fundamentally incorrect. What's the name? It's crazy though. But then what's the name? Historically, we gotta
It's
what's the name? Talk
correct.
about this.
It's correct. It's correct because everything you read, that's not the truth either.
How you know if I didn't read it yet? Do you know what I'm about to read?
Everything you read and everything that's on Google is not the truth either. They already distorting the history. You can't see everything about those stories.
I
They just let
I
you
think
know what
my
they want to let you know about it.
yeah, I think my experience going
Black
through
Wall Street came from blacks. Wall Street came from blacks, not no whites. They took that shit over, burnt the whole Wall Street down.
Took the fathers out the house.
So what's
Separated.
that? Can I read this real quick though?
Go ahead,
Go
Because
Sam.
ahead.
what's that? I'm not saying everything y'all said was wrong, but a lot of it was fundamentally incorrect though. But then we'll find out. After I read
But
it.
this world ain't been built off fundamentals. If it's built off fundamentals, everybody be well off, right? So being fundamentally correct in this world in this society really what weight does, because being fundamentally correct really
You
don't get
said
you
that we
nowhere
didn't have
in this world.
hospitals. Every town that I'm about to read had a hospital
I
that
go
was owned
ahead,
by
my
black
bad.
people. You
Go
said that
ahead.
we didn't have banks. Every place I'm about to read was owned by black people, had banks. What's the name? There's still a black
Okay.
bank inside of
Okay.
East St. Louis. So let me get to this. It says Greenwood District Tulsa. You already know about that, known as Black Wall Street. An estimate of 10,000 black residents was left homeless. Hundreds were killed, and more than 35 city blocks were destroyed. That's 10,000 people without homes. There was doctors, lawyers, what's the name, businesses, 35 city blocks. That's a shit ton. That's not a normal amount. Most of y'all niggas barely walk 35 city
Who,
blocks in a week. So
And
what's
right,
the name?
that's
who
and look,
ruined it?
there
Here,
But
here,
who
seven,
ruined
that,
it?
seven.
that's only one. That's only
That's an
one.
outlier. Oh, that's only one. Keep going.
That's only one. I'm about to read more. What's that? You got Rosewood, Florida, 1923. This predominantly black town was destroyed by white mobs after a white woman from a nearby town falsely claimed a black man had assaulted her. Residents were shot, and homes and churches were burned. Survivors fled and never returned, fearing for their lives. In 1994, descendants of the victims were finally awarded compensation.
And
So you got
just
06.
because black people were in the town, don't mean that town was thriving. Who's to say that was a thriving town? Just because a community of
It
people
was
come
thriving.
together.
That time was
No, it was
thriving though.
thriving. It was thriving. That's why they burnt it down.
No, they burnt it
What's
down
that?
because of the white lady claimed rape.
That ain't why they burnt it down. They burnt it down because they couldn't tax none of that shit and run it. That was an excuse that they made because a white woman was raped. Everything that we ever created was burnt down and tore down, and the government helped do it. It wasn't just the mob. The KKK is the goddamn government.
What's name? This was a big one since y'all close to it. East St. Louis, Illinois, 1917. Mobs attacked black neighborhoods, resulting in millions of dollars in property damage and leaving thousands homeless. The death toll is believed to be around 40 to 250 black people. How do you even get to the number 40 to 250? That don't even fucking make sense. You already know that it has to be way more than 250.
So you said
What's
we scared to come
Exactly.
back
That's
together,
what they put in there
or we
for you
scared to
to
come back together.
believe.
Yes, sir. That what's that, Chef Dave? That's exactly what I believe. It's not that we can't come back together. If you get three niggas, if all, let's say everybody in this chat get together and we go stand on one corner and we sing in New York, we're gonna get frisked. And we ain't doing nothing negative. We can so sing like we the damn Temptations and we all be getting frisked before the day over with. You got Wilmington, North Carolina, 1898. After the massacre, more than 2,000 black people left Wilmington. Many of them was forced out. Morrison, Louisiana, Oscarville, Georgia. You got what's the name? Rev. I'm not reading all the extra stuff to it, but Reveille Town, Louisiana. You got Beach in Manhattan Beach. What's the name? California, 1920s. But then there's still many more. This
So the
all happened.
town, so the town with the 2,000 people that had escaped, so they just dispersed off across America. Why, if there was a town of people, why couldn't they? I don't know if you can answer this. If 2,000 people escaped at one time, wouldn't those people stick together? And
Not exactly. What's the name? In a disarray. Like, you ever been to a house party before, and then the police come and then everybody start running, and then you out there just trying to find out where your cousin, where your brother went, and all that type of stuff. because the police is there and nobody knows. Shit happen fast. You get out of there. Everything on fire. People shooting at you. You don't want to run towards the crackers. Everybody splitting up, going several different ways. And then you try to find people later, and they don't have phones like we got now. They don't have all this other stuff. We're afraid to become a community again, man, because they beat that shit out of us. And then now we
It ain't
all
that they
ignorant
beat
of
it
what
out of
happened.
us. They destroyed everything. So
Yeah.
we scared to get together to build it again because they know it's gonna get destroyed.
Do we want to play the rest of that video, or we gonna wrap? Somebody, you gonna put a bow on this? We gonna wrap it up? Wrap this video up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. That's about
Go
it.
ahead.
We got a good convo out of it.
Yeah. What's up, Lil D? You had something to say?
Yeah, I said that's why. Like they shut everything down. That's why everybody is scared to rebuild another city or another town or banks. All that stuff had insurance. Why they didn't build it back up? Because they know it's gonna get towed back down. They know who's controlling it, who's behind it. The stories that we reading is not the true stories.
So with that being said, the thing about the insurance, I kind of it seemed like they was happy to have it, but once it was gone, they was happy to get the insurance money. Same thing is going on with the tornadoes. I feel like that community that got hit by the tornadoes, I don't think much of that will be rebuilt by black people again because, like you said, that insurance money gonna come and they gonna see that money. I don't think they're gonna be worried about running the store, running the bar, running a, you know what I'm saying, trying to rebuild your generational house, you know. So,
But
I
you
mean, I
gotta
feel
trip
like
off what they giving. Just like in St. Louis just had the tornadoes right now. FEMA is giving those people $13,000 and we buying all your house and your land from you. $13,000 is not gonna fix nothing. You can't rebuild with that.
Nope.
So you're gonna end up losing everything you ever had. You've been in that house for 50, 60, 70 years, and you're gonna
Those
just lose it
houses,
like that. Whether you
they
got
was in red light
insurance or you
district.
don't have insurance.
They was
So
in
you
red
mean to
line
tell me
areas.
$13,000 is fair for your house?
Nope.
They
What
actually
can you
was
do?
paying
You
them.
can't even get a car for $13,000.
They was paying them more than what their houses was actually worth. Was the crazy part. $13,000 is more than what some of those houses over there was worth. It was just the crazy
No,
shit.
it's
But
not.
that's what.
No, it's not.
Yes, it was.
No,
Just
it's
but say
not.
on paper. On paper, yeah.
The brick alone, bro. The roof and the brick alone costs more than $13,000. You crazy?
They was worried about people stealing the bricks.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
They was worried about
That's
people
why they
coming stealing
wanna.
those
That's why
bricks.
they gonna knock those houses down and build paneling houses. And it ain't gonna never be another damn tornado ever again in St. Louis when the white
Yeah,
people
bro.
build it
I
back.
said the same shit. I said, man, I think it ain't gonna never be another fucking tornado gonna hit the city again.
And for this tornado to be this big, why is it not investigated? That tornado was from Forest Park. It stretched long. It stretched wide. It
It's
stretched from
just from
Forest Park
Forest Park
all the way to
to the north
Broadway,
side.
bro. All the way to Broadway. Nobody even talking about that.
Yeah, but what's that? The house is worth more to us, obviously. But then going off the same stuff that we already
Period,
know,
bro.
redlining is a real thing. Though they gave us shit areas. It's next to an industrial what's the name complex. Those areas was disgusting, trash. It was bad for us. That's why they gave it to us. That's why it's not worth anything. Infrastructure
They didn't
wise,
give that to
the
us.
bricks are worth more than a house.
Our
You can literally
grandparents,
take the house apart brick by brick and sell the bricks, and it's worth more than a house.
They'll
I
be
agree with
building.
you on that. But the house is worth nothing.
To the city, man.
The house is worth something. Because
It
you
was
know
not.
what? All of our grandparents used to live on the first streets. First, second, third, and fourth street. The white
They
people
were
stayed
old
where we
French homes.
stayed. The white people stayed where we stayed and stayed in the projects. As the white people kept coming to the north side, they gave the niggas the projects. As the white people started moving to the west side, they gave the niggas the north side. As the black people started moving to the west side, they moved
North
white
County.
people to the county.
That really happened. I agree.
And now they trying to take back downtown.
They trying to take back that the city now, man.
The white
That's
people.
true. That's called
Yeah.
gentrification.
Nah. Cause they gonna rebuild this shit and they
They gonna
want to come
rebuild
back.
it and kick your ass
And guess
out. They
what?
already did it to the project already.
And the thing is that the same thing is gonna happen is they're gonna send you out to. They already sent almost everybody out to North County already. They're gonna build industrials. Industrial parks there. They already got a zoo being built over there, but it's gonna be industrialized and stuff. It's still gonna be getting kids sick, cancer, and asthma. And that their property is going to go down also. It's going to be cheaper.
They did the same thing
Red
with our
lining.
parents. They did the same thing with our parents. Periago, they sprayed them.
Yeah.
Kids chemical imbalance and retarded and all kind of stuff.
Hey,
they did that then.
Hey, you
Go ahead,
remember
let 50 jump
that big?
in. Let 50 jump in at 7. Let 50 jump in. Go ahead, 50.
Okay.
They just
Go
did
ahead.
that shit. They did that same shit with COVID, but that affected everybody though. You know, so I think like certain
That's different. But go ahead, bro. My bad.
Yeah, that I think it just be certain agendas, man. When I don't think the higher powers give a fuck who it is for real. If it benefits them, they gonna do it. You know, but like bro was saying, man, we blacks wasn't in the it was white folks in the city all on the north and all that shit at first. But then, you know, it shit didn't change. And so I don't think it was because of the industrial buildings and all that shit was there. I just think because they was like, motherfuckers ain't want to be around blacks. And then, you know.
Who was working in the coal mines and the industrial buildings? Who was the highway workers? Our grandparents, our great uncles and stuff like that.
It's something that we all can relate to. What's that big building that always that had those big ass smokestacks that was right there off of Highway 70?
Monsanto. Your grandfather worked there.
Exactly. Notice that when it was the black area, that place was constructed, erected. That's when it became a black area. Is that place still operational?
It's still operational, but that part of the plant is not. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it's still a Monsanto. It's still a Monsanto in St. Louis. It's just not the old plants is not pumping like they used to. It's still Monsanto.
And now it's getting gentrified, and new people are moving into that area. It's a cycle. And what's the name? It's patterns to the cycle. That's something that we all can remember. We remember the building. We remember it used to have smoke always coming out the top. Now this motherfucker never get used for real. Every time I'm home, I ain't never seen that motherfucker getting used. And then what's the name? Now we have a bunch of Arabs moving into the north side. Don't even make sense. Same thing.
We're gonna leave it right there. We're gonna
and that's why I be saying too. We can end it after this or whatever. But that's why I be saying, man, like that's why I say, where do we plant our seed and say this gonna be our community, this gonna be our spot, like blacks are welcome, instead of just being scattered everywhere.
You can't because they're not gonna let you. They own every damn thing.
Do we have to do that? Black people, we all over America.
Right, but I'm saying how we be putting it in the substance, like we don't stick together or be together or have shit and own shit. Like you was talking about the Black Wall Street. Don't you think it was a lot of black communities too that a lot of black people stayed in nice areas and all this shit because they got the money and they started building shit and getting land and
because the blacks was Republicans then. The blacks were Republicans then.
I think it's because they didn't put crack there yet. They didn't put cocaine in those neighborhoods just yet, man. So we was working a little bit better together.
It was late 1800s, early 1900s, boy.
Okay, I got a question for y'all. I got a question for the crew. Why do you guys think it's so hard nowadays to get not even just the black community? Why is it so hard to get a group of people on one good accord? Why is it so hard to do what an MLK did? Not exactly do what he did, but to command a bunch of people to get on one chord to carry out one mission, and they did it to the best of his ability. Malcolm X, got one people on one accord, and he did what he did to the best of his ability. Why is it nowadays so hard for us to, especially when money is involved, it's so hard for us to come together as a people?
Money is one, and selfishness.
I think that's
Two is be
Yeah, I think.
two
Yeah,
is because our history. People don't feel we can do it, so they don't try. But a person will be quick. A person could be quick to join a gang before they can be quick to form a corporation.
What you got, 50?
hold on, I'm going through the subdivision, man. Let me let
What's
my
up,
signal
Sam?
get a little clear, get under this Wi-Fi.
All right, take off, Sam.
Wait, I was actually looking up something. So I think that so the reason you said, what's the reason that we can't get together like we used to?
Yeah,
What was
like the
you
way
saying?
MLK commanded such a large amount of group of people to carry out one mission. You know, like what is the rift? What is going on? Is this the systematic? I know y'all saying this ain't real. Is it the systematic oppression? Is it the like what is it that stops us from coming together as a people to carry out one great
Okay,
mission that can help
I
everybody?
got you.
Because we all gonna get
The
killed, and
biggest
that shit
thing,
gonna get destroyed.
I'd rather die. But then if it really was about like that, if it was really like that, then I would rather die. But
A
then
lot
let's
of
say
people did die.
the biggest thing of why we can't get together, I would say personally, is because first we got a large coon class who what's the name feed false information. Then we also have what's the name too many different beliefs. We have hold allegiance to do too many different things, and we're also tired of being lied to based off of what happened in history. Like what's that? So you got somebody like Martin Luther King, which I'm not gonna give what's the name Martin Luther King no flack, but I definitely do adamantly disagree with the shit that he was spewing when he's talking about everybody coming together.
He
And
didn't say
that's
it about everybody coming together. He was talking about rights, that everybody be equal. He said just like the world right now,
in the segregation.
everybody's gonna be a minority. The majority of the world is gonna be a minority. A
Was
lot
he
of
trying
people not
to?
with their same race no more.
Was he trying to end segregation?
No, I think I think they fucked him over. He wasn't trying to do
Was
the segregation.
was he
I think
trying
it was
to?
more like equal.
Go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
think
Go
it was
ahead.
I
more
think
like equal
his
power and rights. It supposed to be equal power and rights. It wasn't really no trying to end segregation. He was just trying to give us equal power and equal rights. You know what I'm
And
saying?
right, that's
Like
it.
y'all was saying, treat us
Uh,
like when you get pulled over. Like when you get pulled over, he wanted them equal and same rights and power. You know, that's mainly was the goal. Like, nah, nigga,
But
y'all gotta treat us the
he
same.
made
he
a
was
deal
trying to
behind
end
closed doors.
segregation. He was
He
definitely
made a
fighting
deal.
to
He
end
made a deal
segregation.
behind closed doors too, because he had the power for us to whoop the fucking white people ass and change shit. But he wanted to be nonviolent. That's why a
Yeah,
lot of people didn't follow Malcolm X, because Malcolm X come from the hood like us. Fuck that equal
yeah,
rights and all of this shit. We need to fight back. That's
yeah,
why they
yeah.
got rid of him first, because he
I
had
mean,
more power
but the way he was doing
than
it, did
Malcolm.
so did the way Malcolm did it, did it work better than Martin's way? Because I believe
It
Yeah,
was.
I think Martin
It,
progressed. His progression was better than Malcolm's. His
no,
progression
it
moving
wasn't.
things
No,
forward
it wasn't.
see,
No, it wasn't.
his progression was non-violent. That's
Yeah,
why a lot of
I mean,
more people.
even the I mean,
just like they
he
tell you
put
to
some laws in.
protest.
He switched some the whole second. If you the segregation thing, you become numb to because they don't teach it, and now we don't know about it. Segregation back then was a big thing. That was one of the biggest things. Him trying to desegregate certain places, and that you couldn't fight for rights until you started at the bottom, and it started with the desegregation thing and treating us as humans. That was his whole thing, trying to get get you to
That
treat people as humans. It
that
wasn't
wasn't
about
desegregation though. That was more of a that wasn't desegregation. That was like you said, he was fighting for equal power, equal rights. Like you defend us, how you gonna defend them? You nigga, you treat us, how you gonna treat them? It wasn't trying to desegregate nothing. It was more like, nah, give us our same equal rights that y'all the same rights that y'all give. This power.
You got it backwards. That's what people are trying to fight for right now. That's two different things. They was fighting to
No,
end segregation, which he fucked up on, because we still should not be side by side with these heathens. But either way, that's what we're fighting for right now. Civil right. We still fighting for equal rights. That back then they were fighting for civil rights, which is to
Mhm,
end segregation.
mhm.
That's they wanted to drink out the same water fountain is they white friends. They wanted to eat at the same restaurants instead of being turned
They
into
want
nigger
to go
pop.
to the same schools and all of that. Yes.
And that's a fuck up. They fucked up.
And that's the thing. He knew the white people was never going to do that. So you fighting for a lost cause because still to this day, is white people that's not letting us go to their schools, their colleges, not going on my car lots and all of that shit. So it did not work.
I was in the desegregation
The way
program.
Malcolm was doing it, the way Malcolm was gonna do it, we was gonna have our own shit. And if y'all come try to fuck with this shit, we gonna tear y'all ass up. Come blow Black Wall Street up while I'm here, while I'm
All
leading
you'll
this
be doing is
motherfucker.
inciting. You'll just be inciting another
It was
KKK. You'll
it
just
was
be inciting
still
the KKK. You thinking selfishly. Now you talking about all this coming. You got kids that you got to think about.
he
You
still
got
was
families
thinking
that you got
equal
to think
rights and
about.
everything.
But you you
But
you
no,
you 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 say bring on another Wall Street. It makes no sense. You know how many people that killed? How many families that ripped up?
what that mean though? What that mean?
So you
yeah,
do it
and
again?
why
You
Yeah,
so
yes,
because
so
you
so
do it
you
again.
so somebody
Yes,
come and
you
tear
do it
down your
again,
fucking
and we
house,
be
you ain't gonna
prepared
go
for it.
rebuild.
If
and you
not, it's gonna
sacrifice
keep
lives.
on happening.
You want to sacrifice lives? You want
It costs
and you sacrifice
We
lives.
still
supposed to
dying.
like
How you going
sacrifice for
how you gonna march for George
big gonna get
Floyd,
sacrificed for
but you
life.
won't march for your own city?
Yeah, you gotta
But
sacrifice shit for the white
Y'all
you
gonna
don't
man.
turn
sacrifice no
the
life.
town up. You gonna turn the town up for Mike Brown, but you're not gonna fight for your family. That shit don't make no sense.
Hmm.
You don't sacrifice no life. You
You
saying
do.
you
Yes, you
They're
do,
saying
gonna
man.
bring
kill
it
your ass
again.
Why you
anyway.
think we go
You
to
You're
don't
war?
gonna die
sacrifice
Why
no
we
anyway.
go to
life.
war?
You don't say no. You got to you
So
can't.
what about all these
One
lives
at a
getting
time. One at
sacrificed?
a time. Hey, one at a time. One at a time.
There's so
Go
many
ahead.
lives getting like that. You
Go ahead,
sacrifice
Pippin.
the things you believe in, man. That's what you got to do to get to where you trying to get to. Shit got to get sacrificed. You know,
Everything takes
everybody
sacrifice.
have casualties, man. It's gonna be casualties for the better purpose, man. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have them casualties for the better purpose of your belief, no matter what it is. I don't care.
But you
That's
don't
like
incite it though. You don't
what
welcome.
you
You
mean.
don't
You do
welcome it.
if it need
You
be,
don't
bro.
welcome it though. Do you?
If it
What we
need
talking
be,
about? What we talking
like
about?
shit.
I'm a little bit off topic right now. No, what point was
We
y'all
talking
making
about
right there?
the difference from Malcolm X and the word, and the difference from Martin Luther King's
The way
word.
they went about things.
I think they
We
both in the
talking
same
about the
boat.
difference of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, how they handled it. Martin
I think
wanted
they both handled it
non-violence.
similar.
They both wanted the
Malcolm
same
said,
thing, equal rights and equality, but at the same
but they
time, if y'all gonna keep slaughtering us, we not just gonna sit there and keep letting y'all do it. We gonna
Don't y'all
fight
think
back.
y'all think it's
by
poetic how it
any means
ended?
necessary.
Hear me out. Don't y'all think it's poetic how they ended, where Martin Luther King, who was wanting us to be integrated into white society, he ended up coming into the mind state of saying that he think that he led his people into a burning building, and then Malcolm X went out to what's his name, who didn't want anything to do with white people, went out to Arabia or wherever he went. He went to the what's his name, Muslim land, and then he came back, and then he was like, "We're all brothers," and he became like for everybody. I think it's kind of poetic, and then that's when he died. Both of them died after they made that realization. Malcolm or Martin Luther King didn't want to integrate anymore. Malcolm X didn't hate white people anymore. is weird. I think that's
No,
weird.
it's because he went overseas and seen that we the powerful people on the damn planet. Only in America, is all the crooks and everything that made us segregated slaves and look bad. All around the rest of the world, we powerful. And Malcolm X brought that back. That's why he questioned Farrakhan. Why you not telling people it's white Muslims, it's black Muslims, it's Asian Muslims, it's Iranian Muslims? He went and seeked that and brought it back to the United States. They didn't like that. So they ended him. As soon as he was about to make that speech and let us know that all of that is going on in the world, all over the world, they ended his life.
I think
All right,
that
all right. We're
he
gonna
went
we're
to
gonna wrap it up right there. We're gonna wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? Nice convo. You know what I'm saying? We're
y'all
gonna
let us
move on to jump straight into the next subject. This all kind of intertwines. The next what are you first two subjects? Next subject is what are you guys' opinion on snitching with the things that's going on in Atlanta with Young Thug, Gunna,
What's up,
6ix9ine?
y'all?
With the things that's going on with Gunna, 6ix9ine, and all everybody snitching, telling, leaked jail phone calls, Thugger Puller talking, QCP got his name dragging into things, Scooter, saying white boy ain't got nothing to do with nothing. He getting his name dragged across the mud. Little baby, RJ50, that's your boy. You can speak on that if you want to. They say he's solid as they come. Hey, hey, I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're right. 50. What's your whole
Hey,
no look
before we start,
we
let's
got
go
an
to
ad.
the what's the name? To the
What's
ad.
up, y'all? Have you ever wanted a podcast, but you just really don't know how to start or where to start? Well, we got you. Hit us up if you're looking for logo designs, streaming services, and just guidance on how to get the podcast set up, and we'll look out for you. Like I said, hit us up and we got you. Designs, logos, and you're set up for streaming. Lock in.
Yo, shout out Black Office. They do our thing. You know what I'm saying? They're the production. You know what I'm saying? They the ones that make this whole thing go. Shout out to Black Office. If you're trying to get you a podcast, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to get your credit fixed. You're trying to get a life coach. You're trying to get everything together. Hit that number down at the bottom right there. Call it. Text that number. Text first. Text first. If you figure out that you're serious about what you're talking about, he'll give you a call back. Text first. Wait on the call back if you're serious about what you're talking about. Appreciate you, Black Office. Appreciate you. All right, like I said, let's jump into this next question. What do you guys think about snitching? What's your whole point of view on everything with the whole thing going down in Atlanta? You got guys just back and forth, just telling on each other. I don't even know if it's telling. It sounds like a bunch of gossip, a bunch of girls just going back and forth, a lot of mud slinging, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's snitching, maybe it's not. I'm not a street guy. I'm a civilian of this United States of America, so I don't speak from the street side. So if I see something, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna let you know that now. If you got award money on your name and I see you, you out of there. I'm gonna let you know that right now. All right, Lil D, what's your whole opinion on this snitching thing and what's going on in Atlanta overall? Lil D, there? All right, Lil D probably have some technical difficulties. RJ50, let us know what you think about this whole snitching thing that's going on in Atlanta. All this back and forth.
Man, it's crazy. That's to me, it's crazy for the people who live under that rule and that law of the non-snitching. For them to be talking about anything that's going on in the streets. I don't, and that's another thing. I don't like how these dudes want to be out on the street and all this shit, and they always going on the internet talking about every fucking thing. I think when you just going, if you a street nigga for real, I think you a snitch when you just go on the internet talking about some shit. Just you know what I'm saying? Not even you ain't even really telling on somebody, but you leading it somewhere. So I think all that shit is like snitching in a certain case, and especially in the thug case. You can't say what you did is not snitching.
Come
And
on
then
now.
and
Now here you go.
is what they did was snitching. So You can't do the double standard. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because it seems like they picking and choosing who they want to call a snitch. And if you tell on somebody that's dead, we got audio from Thugger. We got audio. Let's take a
And
listen.
that's another thing. I feel like
Whatever you anytime you ever think you want to know anything, you tell me. I'll tell you anything. But don't tell the world. What's your number? Yes, you can. Hey. I don't have your number. Well, give it to me. If you ain't give it to her,
You're talking to the D-Tex, y'all.
but I talked to Russell on the phone. Russell, I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? You alright? He's like, bro, I promise to God I ain't do nothing. I ain't do shoot no motherfucking gun at nobody. I'm like, you sure, bro? He's like, I promise. I'm like, okay. And then, the internet was like, Roscoe shot at him because of Young Thug. So all the promoters they stopped the shows and shit. I'm like, bro, stop my show. I had 6 kids.
All right, you can go ahead and stop it right there, T.
10 sisters and brothers.
Go ahead and finish up, 50. Go ahead and finish up. I know you got a lot to say on this.
Yeah, nah, it was just, man, yeah. You can't. And somebody who I respect that they can call bitch is Terrence Gangsta Williams. Baby brother.
The killer, yeah.
Yeah. And one thing he said that I respected, he was like, he told these niggas, he was like, you never talk, never say nothing. And he was man enough to say this shit online, like in front of everybody, like, yeah, I guess, I broke my own rules. I started talking, but yeah, all that shit, once you in the streets and wanna, engage into all these criminal activities and all this shit, and then when your life on the line, when you facing that time, man, you gotta stand up. You gotta stand on that shit. Don't be thinking about your family and everybody now. It's like, stand on that shit. How you was pressing everybody and making everybody thinking snitching ain't cool and all this other shit. It's like, you gotta stand up. So yeah, that's like, all that shit is snitching, man. And for real, you gotta stand on it. And I think, that was definitely some snitching shit. But if you're a street dude, I mean, if you're not a street dude, civilian, and you counted some crime or some shit that's going down, man, sometimes people need to stop minding their business and need to start reporting things, because sometimes you get some serious people off the street that need to be out the streets for real. That's my little take. On
what you got, 7?
Yeah, if you about that life, then be about that life. If you're not, then you ain't held to no standard of that life. That's all I can say. I don't really know nothing about Young Thug. I can't even name a song by Young Thug.
Yeah, snitching in general, the whole street code thing,
Them niggas ain't no street niggas, man.
Dude,
Who get off on a case? Who get off on a case and tell on everybody?
Play it on the side, T. You can keep it on the side, on the footage. Keep it on the footage.
Nothing gonna stop me from loving you, but what you do from this moment forward. You knew not to come on this internet. You knew not to let a nigga like Pee Wee Roscoe get on the internet and do what he did. You let Pee Wee do that. And Pee Wee got you in all this stuff. Pee Wee got on the internet calling people rats. Pee Wee got on the internet saying all he said. Now guess what? He made people mad. People when they dig up the videos. Now people don't dig up the videos. You are what you are, buddy. You are official on the Wooden and Charleston White team. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm okay with being the
Hey, my question is,
I know what I've been through.
All right, go ahead and wrap it up, T. My question is, how are all these jail calls getting leaked? It seemed like somebody pulling in the strings. It seemed like there's a puppet master back there, and all of a sudden, all these leak calls are just flooding the internet.
Every jail call recorded, no matter what.
So
them niggas use a cell. Them boys use a cell phone. They ain't on no jail calls, man. And you can't just go to no jail and get no recording, man. They ain't letting you get that off like that. That shit don't happen, man. I'd have been a juvie, TDC, state, and fed. Nigga, you not going to get no goddamn recording warden, man.
You breaking up, D.
If you get some of them boys got cell phones up in there. People recording that through their iPhones, recording conversations.
and probably selling it for
It's
commissary or
all
something.
going
Huh?
on. It's all going on around the jail now.
Mm. So all these rappers want to be in General Pop so bad, you know, but they on the phone just crying away. I don't get it. And in your
They
songs,
ain't in General Pop. They ain't in General Pop.
Ain't it General Pop?
Because if they was in General Pop, niggas would have banged them up already. You don't give a fuck what your status is. If Big Meech was in General Pop or any of them niggas in General Pop talking like that on the phone, nigga, you talking on the phone in front of the whole thing.
mm.
You would have been got. These niggas ain't got lumped up, knotted up, ain't been in the infirmary, ain't got stabbed, no nothing. Them niggas ain't a General Pop. Let them niggas lie to you.
We got a comment. Jocelyn says they've been leaking jail calls. They've been leaking his jail calls like they did with him and Mariah, the science of jail, and that was a video call. Everybody trying to get their clout.
Yeah, but now they got that Facebook. Yeah, that Facebook
Mm-hmm.
calls and video calls. Yeah, that can get leaked easy.
What you got,
You
T.
gotta
Roll?
remember all the jail stuff is public record. But your phone calls literally from that jail phone, only your wardens and captains and stuff like that can listen to those. Anybody can't just listen to those.
Now look how they going back and forth. Now these the street guys right here. These they going back and forth.
Those ain't street guys. That's Whack 100 up there. That nigga ain't from the streets. Well, go ahead. Let's hear it. 6ix9ine, Whack 100. Who the other
Man,
nigga?
them boys ain't from no
Academic kid, like he's stirring the pot. He's stirring the pot. He not nothing in his blood say street. He ain't nothing about being street.
How a nigga got an opinion over United States politics? Go opinionate on shit
let's not talk about 21, y'all, please.
Nah,
we got that.
It's not,
I'm gonna tell you what, 21. You got a friend. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me ask y'all a question. I'm gonna tell you, if that nigga say one word, utter one word, like I ran him off Clubhouse exposing him, he laughed. I'm gonna over his life.
But he ain't said one word, Whack. Let him go.
All right, you got. I'm gonna give y'all that. I'm gonna give you that.
Let's get back on the
and by the way, I think I'm on his ass.
Hey, yo,
not say nothing. That
nigga's credibility at, right?
Huh?
The nigga said, look, now he sent the word to me when he was locked up. Tell Whack to let the people know I didn't tell Gunner to do that, but I told my brother to do that. Then when the Pee Wee come on here and go at his brother, he tweet, no, I told my brother to do that. Then Fetty Nash released the goddamn audio of him telling old boy,
all right, T-Rapper.
I ain't telling him to do that.
Now there they go. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Who want to jump in on that?
Nah, nigga. Everybody on that what's the name? That little group was a bunch of goofies. All them niggas is goofy. I don't really know too much about what's the name. I know a few of them faces inside there. You had a known snitch already, so he ain't really got an opinion on it. And he said he a street nigga. He said he a street nigga and he be snitching. That's Tekashi 6ix9ine, Whack 100, also a known snitch. And he said he was a street nigga. So it's what's thing. I think niggas be just code switching it. I'm from the hood, but I'm not a street nigga. And niggas who know me knew that I was in the hood, but I was not in the streets. And what's thing? Sometimes things that cross over. There's some things that I did that was street like, but nigga, I never had the claim of being a street nigga. But then still, I don't go around looking for people to snitch on, and I don't put myself in a predicament to where I be out here snitching. But then if you got niggas inside who say they street niggas, that's snitching, then they're breaking the code, and they need to get what they deserve when they get into jail or whatever else shit they go through, prison and everything else. You snitching, nigga. Your team, your posse, whoever you with, them niggas need to do something to you, bro. Cause you fucked up.
Listen, anytime you snitch, nigga, you gonna protect the company, nigga. You ain't never going to no General Pop. Cause they already know niggas gonna kill you or beat you up.
The question for you: can niggas get got still inside protective custody?
It's hard because you got guards around you all the time. Unless
Mm.
they let you catch a nigga on the move and like they tell like nigga to turn around or go in this cell or something like that, and you rush at a nigga, something like that. Otherwise, you can't get to them niggas like that, man. They not moving, letting everybody move with them niggas around. You have to be a trustee or something like that to get at one of them niggas like that.
All right, we're gonna let 7 get a last word in, 50 you get a word in, and we're gonna move on to the next subject. The last
I ain't
question
got
of the night.
I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing on.
All right, 50, you got anything?
Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Goddamn.
And that's what it is. Those niggas pussy, they can't do the time. They sending that motherfucker when that judge gave them all that time. They caught that pussy and they got segregated and got in protected custody and probably told on some other niggas in the gang that they was around. Cause them niggas wasn't certified.
He said he heard the time and then he got pussy real quick. Said, you said how many years? That's crazy work.
All right, we're gonna move on to the last question of the night. All right, the last question of the night. We're gonna discuss. I tried to get us a special guest tonight. You know what I'm saying? A professional dancer, female. But us gentlemen, we're gonna discuss proper gentleman club etiquette. You know, talking about how much money are you supposed to throw if you're in there anywhere between 3 to 5 hours.
I should go first.
Can you just walk up and touch a stripper? How much money? Like how much money do you go into the strip club with? Can you just hold on, little dude? Can you just oh my bad, whoever that was. Can you just like go in there just buy one drink and chill? You know what I'm saying? Like what is proper strip club etiquette? Do you straight got to make it rain in there, or
No.
you know? So we gonna open up the floor to Lil D. What's proper strip club etiquette to you?
You probably got about 2 drink minimum, $50 to $100 that you gonna throw on a dance or get a lap dance or whatever, something like that. You ain't gotta be throwing no 50,000, 20,000. Niggas doing that just to show off. Done.
So you give a strip about $10. How long you expect to like be like? What's the? Is it just a dance? Is it just a little booty
The
getting up on
average,
you,
the
grinding
average,
up on
yeah,
you?
the average stripper gonna act you gonna get $10, $20 for a dance. It's only for a song.
And I
Now,
think
me personally, I'm not a strip club guy. I don't see the satisfaction in going in there and throwing your money and then leaving out. Like, am I missing something?
No, you ain't missing it. That just ain't your cup of tea. See, I'd have been in there plenty of nights and wearing
But
all
niggas
white.
love it.
Don't want no dance. I'm just in there drinking and smoking like it's a regular club. I ain't doing a
Okay, and that's
damn
the question.
thing, and I
And
don't
that's
even
what I
want
want.
no dance.
Yeah. And that's what I want to ask. Like, do you treat is it okay to treat it like a regular club? You just in there sipping and vibing to the music and strippers just walking past? Is that like okay?
Yeah.
yeah, nigga, you ain't gotta go in there spending your money. I think. See, the thing is, I think too. It's like if you it depends on your situation while you're going. Sometimes you might come with a party, you know. So you may be the nigga that be like, I don't want to go, but since this where the party's going, where everybody going, so I'm going. You be in there just having your drink, listen to the music, chilling. Some might be that thing. They love this. They want to slap everything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Charge me 25% interest on the money that you loan me when you already take 30% out of my check. You know, I ain't got no G string and I ain't out there making no tips, you know. Welcome to the stripping game, partner. Who you ain't nothing. All you do is spin records. That's all you do. Who you think he is? DJ Quick? Huh? No, Kick and Free? I didn't say huh? Oh, you must be Jimmy Walker. Well, you ain't nothing. You don't deserve nothing. You don't get nothing. You get what I give you. I got a contract between me and you that say you
Do what I tell you to do. Therefore, shut the fuck. Don't say nothing. Don't speak to me. Don't look at me. I tell you what. You better go on back out there and get out of my face before you get swole.
Hey, look, Dal, I ain't
They for horses. They for horses.
come here and muscle you and nothing like that. I ain't trying to do that. I just want my money. You know, I just said.
If I raise up, gonna be trouble. Trouble. I'm walking off.
I'm saying I'm put lights and speakers and everything up in that.
All right, wrap it up, see.
Yeah. I told him he fucked up because I guess the way.
Yeah, like, is it okay? So, like, what if, like, you at the stage and guys is throwing up money, and then is it okay to like scoop up a little ball of money and throw it up?
Yo ain't gonna put out. Your ass gonna put out. You picking up these bitches money, boy, your ass put out. And you know, post on these days. You know, like you shouldn't even be in the club. You taking it. So fucking money.
I take that shit. That's me personally. It didn't fall far enough, nigga. This is my money now.
Is it more fun when you go with your girl? Like, if you're a couple, is it more fun to go as a couple versus going by yourself with your homeboy, or is it better to go with your girl?
Depends on what you want.
It depends on what your girl like, what y'all into.
We got a comment from Sideline Stories. He say, "I'll go tomorrow and watch the game, drink my drink, and eat some wings." Now, that's another thing. People like the food from strip clubs. Talk to me about that, fellas. The food at strip clubs.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
And it be the only thing open too.
Yeah, especially around them times. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. And see, what people get missing screws sometimes. People be thinking, like, men go to the strip club just to go ass and trying to go touch and feel on some ass or try to get some pussy and shit. But that shit for like niggas who like the club and shit, they're just like the after hour spot. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a spot that really trying to go see some ass and slap ass and all this shit. I think like men who marry and all that shit be going certain times of the day, don't crap. I think them the niggas that do other shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Sideline Stories to say, he say he'll throw $1 in. He gonna go with his wife.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like I said, on what y'all on. Because sometimes it's not be the same as another night you go. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Might be different that other night. It'd be like, damn, you know, might had a few drinks, some other shit might go down. But then some nights y'all just going because, like you say, after we just in. You know, we ain't trying to do too much. We just chilling back. Wing, motherfucker.
Well, bro, it's fucking up.
But there's so many different reasons why people strip clubs, and then it depends on the strip club because I can't club that I can nice clubs here.
You cutting in and out.
Yeah, you cutting up.
I can't do the same things I can do here at another strip
at
club.
home.
Yeah,
you can do more shit at home than in the strip club.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. If I go out of town or somewhere, and I'm thinking I'm expecting that same treatment that I get here, it's totally different. You know, sometimes you can't touch. You might have to sit back and watch and get a dance, or some of them you have to buy a drink when you're there. It's like it's a 1 or 2 drink minimum. You know what I'm saying?
A 2 drink minimum.
Yeah, because like our club, you pay to get in that motherfucker. Shit, you ain't got to buy a drink or tip nobody all fucking night. But you got some of these clubs you have to buy a drink. Motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And
I ain't never bought a drink or what's the name? I also ain't never paid to get inside of a strip club. And I ain't never tipped women.
Yeah, that's because you probably only went once or twice.
No, I've been at least a dozen times. I've been at least a dozen times.
Boy, nigga went a lot of times, nigga. That shit, you gon' buy a drink or throw some money at least once. You know,
I don't drink. But then what's the name? When I went, I went so often that they actually knew me and they gave me a nickname as Cheapo.
see.
But then
I'm
like
back in that motherfucker.
You hear me?
Fuck, they let you
yeah.
back in. Oh, nigga, you ain't support.
Nigga taking up a space.
And they let you
No.
in free, nigga. You ain't spending out a dollar. Now I gotta go talk to the strip club I go to. Nigga. I spend money and y'all see me right, and I can't get that free. But a nigga don't buy no drink, don't spend no money.
You gotta hear the backstory to it. So, because a lot of people would think it's capping unless they understand the backstory. So, you know what I'm saying? Military culture. People be inside the strip club in the military like a motherfucker, man. They go there every motherfucking weekend, every weekend. Sometimes on weekdays. So, since I was a dude who didn't drink anything like that, I used to go to the what's the name? I take the homeboys up there. They already be all fucked up and shit. Or I'll come there later to come slide on them. And since I didn't, what's the name? Since they knew I was a designated driver, come to pick them up, I used to get
I was
eliminated.
gonna say you
And they'll say, I serve the purpose because I'm coming to get these drunk ass soldiers out of your damn establishment. You know what I'm saying? Without the police getting called on them. And I'm getting niggas on post. And they was still paying me on the back end. So the niggas that I'm driving back on post, they paying me $50, $100 each just so they get back on post. So what's the name? For me, I wouldn't have went to the strip club if it wasn't for helping out homies.
but you was actually helping out the owners of the strip club too, because that type of shit can get their strip club shut down.
Yeah.
So yeah, your reason a little different. That's why you ain't, wasn't throwing no money or drinking. But I'm talking about, of course, people going for pleasure. You know, not nobody that's going, but for
And then
pleasure is
that crazy ass story I told y'all about is a true story. What's his name? It was a nigga who owed me some money. He owed me around like $200 plus dollars, and that nigga was throwing money in the strip club. I started scooping up the money and counting that shit. I ain't get kicked out either, or nothing like that. But they was pretty cool about it. But yeah, I did. I'm like,
They
you out
love
here
this
throwing
nigga.
hella bread,
They
nigga.
love
Where the
this
fuck
nigga
my
doing
money
whatever
at?
he want to do at the strip club.
You better not pick no money up off the ground, nigga. You get thrown out.
I did. They didn't even trip. They didn't even trip.
over $200 and they ain't kick. Oh, nigga, they tripped. They went on that shit.
But no, what's saying the crazy thing about it is that nigga was so drunk he didn't realize that I picked up about the money that he owed me,
Yeah, they talking
and
about the bouncers, the dancers.
he still ended up paying me the money that he owed me, so I made double the money off of that. Technically, I stole it from the strip club.
I'd have been in the strip club. I'd have been in the strip club. One nigga baby mama and that motherfucker, and he trying to stun on his baby mama, and she came to smack all the money out of his hand. He tried to pick that shit up, and the bouncers rushed his ass.
Damn. And that's some fucked up shit right there. Like, hold on, nigga.
Because once the money on the floor, you can't pick it up.
You hear me?
Yeah, that's why I say, boy, you got lucky as hell, because, boy, you picked up over $200, nigga. That ain't shit. Man. Shit. You
was fortunate, nigga.
I ain't lying either. I promise you. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I promise you. Real story.
Man, I remember one time, shit, I was trying to slide nigga, I'm trying to like get the money and slide it to the chick that, you know what I'm saying? These niggas looked at me like, hey man, what the? I'm like, oh shit, now I'm sliding it her way, nigga. I ain't taking this shit. I'm talking about them niggas gonna be on my top. And I'm just trying to help her out, because I ain't want to go to the other strip. My shit flew on to another dancer, and I'm like, nah, this her. Let me slide this shit over here. Boy, they gonna be on my top because of that shit. So yeah, you was hella
Yeah, one of my what's one of y'all favorite strip clubs? One of my favorite I can't remember the name of it, but it's in Dallas. And it's like real like the strip clubs here in St. Louis are kind of like crampy and small, and they kind of real small. The one in Dallas, man, it had an upstairs, downstairs. The floor was big. They had like a damn near 100-foot stripper pole. It was like so many strippers.
You probably was in Big Live.
Nah, he's talking about Honda.
What's one of y'all favorite strip clubs that y'all like to visit?
Onyx, V Live.
I ain't like V Live. I thought V Live.
It's another one. Yeah, Onyx. Well, I don't know. It's the nights though. It's certain nights that you go to certain strip clubs though.
But that when
do all strippers look good?
Nah.
No.
Your preference, man. What you like, man?
That's why them lights be dimmed down so fucking much, man. But
I think all strip clubs
the,
make money though.
the strip club that I like the most is Pegasus Lounge, just outside Leesville, Louisiana, because I made $200 there.
You made it or you took it?
Without even scripting.
Either way, I made it. If I take it, it's mine. I made something happen. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
You can't be going to the club with me picking up money and shit. We gonna have to fight.
Hey, that was a specific situation. It was only because the nigga that owed me money was out there throwing money like he didn't owe me money. I was like, nah, nigga, that's my bread.
That's where
then
you
he paid me
find the
again when he
average
got paid.
nigga that owe you money at. The average nigga that owe you money, you gonna find him in the strip club.
Hey, can you get addicted to going to the strip club?
You get addicted to anything. Hell
I don't think so.
If you
what are you
if you
addicted
go
to it
enough,
about? What's the addiction?
Shit.
Sometimes just like people addicted to just going to clubs. You know how them niggas that
some people go to that motherfucker every day like cheers, nigga.
You hear me? 5 days a week. It's just the people like party atmosphere, the entertainment atmosphere, loud music, people around, but like anything. Like,
look at the bottom of the screen. That's the addiction.
It be more females in the damn strip club than men.
That's why I was just gonna say, do groups of women throw more money than groups of men when they go out to the strip club?
I don't know, but
you got to trip over. Girls got strip clubs too. I think they do throw more money than men. If you ain't seeing no ballers or mugs or ball players, and the women probably throw more money at Magic Mike show than the guy throw money at a strip club.
Yeah, but that should be capped though. Them women, they also work as promoters, and then they throw money so they can get niggas to throw money.
I think they throw more money at the female strip club than the male strip club. I don't know, but I think, man, I don't think women.
Wait, what you just say?
I don't think women like.
Oh, you saying you think women throw more money at the men? What's the name? At the female strip club than the male? Yeah. All right, cool. I was like, what is this nigga?
I think it'd be more women. I don't think they like male strippers for real.
I heard it a lot.
Like women, they like a lot of women don't really like male strippers. You know, they'll prefer to see a woman strip.
Yeah, but we don't have no personal stripper show and no dance show like they'd go pay for some Magic Mike type shit like they going to a Chris Brown concert. Men ain't doing that shit.
I saw what's the name? It was a video of what's the name? One of the Magic Mike dudes. Okay, he wasn't stripping, but he was telling a story about because he said that he get invited to private parties a lot with women who about to get what's the name married.
That's that Paul Dallas right there.
Every time he get invited to what's the name, come out and you know what I'm saying, do his little strip thing, these married women and they friends and all that type of stuff be getting cracked. He be cracking their ass. And then afterwards, you know what I'm saying, he feel bad about the situation. That's why he made a whole channel about talking about that shit. So the nigga be out there cracking niggas' wives and shit.
But they weren't married yet.
If you say that shit, I think that nigga is still curved.
They weren't married yet. But yeah, that's crazy though. But see, I don't like to think like that because some women will take it there. It depends on what woman it is. They'll take it there, just like the men take it there too. But so I don't like stigma on like crack some shit. But
if I had the what's the name, the video, man, I'd be able to pull it up so you could hear it. But then he said that what's the name? It was like 70 times out of 70 times out of 100, he was cracking some shit. So he's saying that he hitting almost every time he dropped.
A lot of them be cracking stuff, man. And we not taking no pictures with no girl clicking booty all in our face, all on our shoulders. They putting straight meat on chicks' cheeks and shoulders and lifting them up and doing all kind of shit. We ain't doing none of that to no strippers.
Sucking on the titty.
Yeah. Yeah, but them be the old honey freak, boy.
Man.
But
Man, that be all kind of chicks. They don't just be no old freaks. They be in the show.
yeah. But just like I was saying, like, because I they when a stripper comes to a party, they just think you gotta come.
Boy, your camera about to give me a seizure, man. You said
Now I say I know some niggas that you gotta calm down. If you throwing a little party, got strippers coming, you gotta calm them niggas down because they thinking everybody for sale, thinking everybody trying to get hit. You know, and you be having
Yeah,
like, hold on.
that's the little hotel stripper parties and house stripper parties and shit like that. Yeah, that's when you got the guys acting a fool, but
Niggas be
they
acting
feel like shit. I can pay them hoes off and get whatever because that's what they here for.
right, and that's what they be feeling like, but they don't be like that.
But they don't be like that. Yeah.
But some of them females be want to make that little extra bread because they don't be getting that much attention, so they will be down. But you can't be thinking everybody like that. Motherfuckers be thinking anytime somebody strip, they think they like that.
No.
You know, they be having that stigma, so them niggas be getting them niggas be horny, they be ready. You be like,
Them niggas be on
got
T and
$20.
full.
Got 21s.
They don't even care. You came to my spot. I got the room.
Exactly.
Get up out my room if you ain't gonna do nothing. That's how niggas feel about it.
Nigga, they act like, hold on, what's that? That was just on Players Club. What that nigga say? What you call on Players Club? What's his name? The little brother.
Junior.
Ronnie little brother. Junior. Yeah. That on that shit like that. You gotta calm them niggas down like nigga. Hey. Like that. Yeah, so yeah, that's
All right, guys. That was nice right there. We're gonna wrap it up. So put a bow on it. Make sure you got some cash when you go to the strip club. If you plan on throwing money, it's okay to go chill. You know what I'm saying? Just going to get a drink. You ain't gotta throw money if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? But don't be in there picking up money off the ground and then throwing it back in the air like you just pulled it out your pocket or something. And then don't be in there picking money up off the ground and put it in your pocket. That might be the last day you ever step foot in the strip club. So
and that one anyway.
Yeah. So just make sure you treating these professional dancers, females, with some courtesy and respect, because they are just trying to make a little cash, shake a little ass, and just trying to send you home with a happy smile on your face. So be nice to them, be respectful. Make sure you give them their money when they out there doing all their hard work. Anything you guys want to say before we get off of here?
If you get kicked out the strip club, it's cool because it's a hole on every street. Don't worry about it. Pick that money up. Try to be slick about it. If you get caught, move to the next one. Get rich quick scheme.
You gonna get rich quick.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching another episode of the Before You Go to Sleep podcast. Thank you for tuning in to everybody. We appreciate it very much. I'll see you guys next week, baby.